To understand the Orcs of Blood Bowl, you have to look to the Badlands. For millennia, this region was a meat grinder of pointless, unending tribal warfare. Orcs, goblins, and trolls spent their days hitting each other simply because there was nothing else to do. Around the year 2350 of the Imperial calendar, two vast armies of Orcs and Dwarves clashed in battle before finally declaring a truce. As they rested, the ground literally gave way. Both armies tumbled into the ruins of an ancient subterranean temple dedicated to the god Nuffle. They didn't find gold or magic, instead they found a silver-bound book in a strange oval-shaped pigskin. An old dwarf by the name of Rosal eventually deciphered the text contained within the book, revealing the rules of the game known as Blood Bowl. He would later go on to serve as the first official commissioner of the sport. The Orcs and Dwarves then donned the ancient armour they had found in the temple and played a game of Blood Bowl. History does not record who won the game, but the armies enjoyed themselves and left taking news of the discovery back to their respective homelands. For the next 50 years, Blood Bowl was the Wild West. There was no central league, just travelling warbands playing for scrap metal and bragging rights. In the year 2403, the Orcs finally birthed their first true super team, the Gouged Eye. Based out of the fortress of Iron Rock, the Gouged Eye became the face of Orcish Blood Bowl. They were brutal, they were rich, and they were the primary rivals to the human teams rising in the north. Their success led directly to the formalisation of the sport. Sometime later, the Orc Raiders were officially founded. While most Orc teams were disorganised mobs, the Raiders applied military discipline to the pitch. They became the first Orc team to travel across the Black Mountains to challenge the human teams of the Empire. One of the most famous Orc players is Varag Gulchewer. Once a slave to the Gouge Eye, Vargas moved beyond his fixed team roots to become a terrifying mercenary for hire, primarily lending his crushing strength to Badlands Brawl and Underworld Challenge teams. At one point, the governing body of Blood Bowl collapsed due to corruption when the commissioner Nick Threehorn disappeared with the treasury, along with the cheerleaders of the Dark Side Cowboys. Many races fell into a slump, not the Orcs. To an Orc, the collapse just meant there were more opportunities for freelance violence. They thrived in the new era of independent regional leagues. From the Badlands Brawl to the Old World Major League, Orc teams remained the gatekeepers. Today, the geography of Orc Blood Bowl is vast. From the wind-scoured north of Naggaroth, where icy storms whip across the stands, to the humid, tangled jungles of Lustria, where the air is thick and the crowds are just as wild as the surrounding wilderness. But the Orcs always look back to the Badlands as their spiritual home, a place where they traded their axes for spiked balls and realised that winning a trophy feels almost as good as winning a war.